You're still here on Bonus Stage Plus, and for today we have a very special guest coming in. Give it up for the one, the only, EZMARIA.
Hi guys! Thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor.
And
nice
thank you
to
for,
meet you, Billy.
Of course, thank you for your time, for dropping by so we could, have a casual little chat. And with that, of course, I know that you've got a huge following on Facebook, and of course, now that you've started streaming on Twitch pretty recently, right?
Yeah, I just did. I think 6 months now and running.
Cool. So, for those watching us right now who aren't quite aware of who you are, can you please tell us more about yourself?
Well, I always say this. I introduce myself in a way that I'm a paradox. So paradox meaning I am many things in one package, like this very small package. Would you believe that I'm doing airsoft as a hobby besides cosplaying? I was part of the Fight Saber Philippines before. I used to perform with a lightsaber. I used to be a Jedi. Don't tell anyone. I'm a retired Jedi, and I'm a gamer by heart. I grew up with games, and also I did a little bit of stunt work before for Bust and Maria. We studied parkour in Ninja Academy before, so I'm like a lot of things. But on top of everything, I'm a streamer and gamer by heart, like a true born gamer, like born and raised.
Awesome. So, about being, of course, a gamer and a streamer, can you tell us more about that, how you got started, and what led you to, being where you are right now?
Okay, it's a funny story because I started, I think that was almost 2 years ago. I just wanted to find a place where I can actually hone my communication skills because I also work as a host and a podcaster now for Tier 1 Entertainment. So I do Tier 1 Insider International. So I have foreign guests and sometimes Filipino guests as well for Get Amplified. And then I just wanted a place where I can just improve how I talk. So when you play games, you basically you get to see a lot of things and you just try to call them out. And then little did I know that I would actually get recognized in this craft. So I really just did this for fun because, again, I'm a host and I love games. So like two of my most favorite things put into one. And then I was just surprised that I started on Facebook, and then Amplify recognized me and I partnered up with Facebook for an entire year. But then when I just found out that Facebook was becoming saturated with MOBA games like Mobile Legends and CODM, us variety gamers, as you can see, like Exhibit A, us variety gamers don't really get enough spotlight on Facebook because it's different. It's an entirely different ball game. Like, unless you're playing a Mobile Legends game, no one would really appreciate you or someone talking in English, because I have a lot of foreign viewers as well. So it's just courtesy for you to talk in English, right? So you can also accommodate them. But yeah, overall, to cut the long story short, I just decided to transfer to Twitch, where I feel like I really belong and I'm doing great so far. I mean, I'm still building the numbers, but Facebook really helped me out in getting there, at least in most of my howlers, who I call my viewers my howlers. So most of them transferred there with me, so I'm really grateful. So here I am today.
Sweet. And, okay. A lot of the things you said about being a streamer on Facebook, playing the games that you play, we're going to get to that in a bit. But being a variety streamer on Facebook is an uphill battle. I know that feeling.
It is. It is. Thank you.
By the way, this is fine on Twitch also.
Oh, you're on Twitch? Oh my God, I should follow you. Like your channel later on.
I mean, for the likes of us, Twitch seems like the better fit because, like you said, you're trying to hone your communication skills. You have foreign guests on your podcasts. You also have, of course, most likely foreign viewers for your streams.
Yeah.
So Twitch just
That's
seems
right.
like the better kind of environment that's more conducive to that. Actually, not just Twitch, but maybe anything that is not Facebook would be a better platform for streaming to, let's say, an international audience. And
Yeah,
I got
that's
stories
true.
about that, but we will just keep on moving with the questions because we really want to know more about you. All right, what kind of games do you normally stream?
Well, I did start with the classic or retro games because I was raised up in that era. Please, no one calculate my age here. But yeah, I started as far as family computer to PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. I have them here. I can use PS2 to play my PS1 games, and I also had the PC, the Nintendo Switch, and somebody just gifted me the virtual reality device. So I just tried playing Beat Saber on that. It was so much fun. But I am a lover or a sucker for Japanese RPGs like Suikoden 2, Star Ocean 2, Parasite Eve, Brave Fencer, Musashi, everything in between. But also, I do play current games like The Last of Us 2, Shadow of the Colossus. Well, Shadow of the Colossus is a 2013 game, but I mean, even underrated games or indie games, especially with horror games. Home
Hey,
Sweet
it's
Home,
October.
Limbo.
It's
Yeah,
October.
it's October. It's October, and I can't wait for the next episode on Home Sweet Home. I hope the episode 3 is coming out, and also Little Nightmares too. It's just that it's coming out on Feb, and I'm so waiting for it. And yeah, I love. Speaking of October, I love playing horror games as well. Love it like to bits. Besides my classic games, so anything under the sun actually, even hack and slash, platformer games, Crash Bandicoot, Final Fantasy, big fan. Yun, I can go on. I can go on, to be honest.
We're to quote a certain Steve Rogers, we can do this all day.
Yeah.
If we're gonna end up talking
all
about,
day.
if we're gonna end up talking about the games that we like to stream, and come on, with that list that you just mentioned, you really are living up to the moniker variety streamer, because that is a good variety of games that you just mentioned, or well, genres. Pretty much.
Yeah. True.
And
like, I
I
can play
did,
anything.
of course, before we interview anyone here on the show, you gotta do a bit of research. I see you've been playing Suikoden 2.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
my current game.
So with that, are you excited for Eiyuden Chronicle?
Oh my god! When I started playing Suikoden 2 on my birthday, that was like September 7th. I decided to commemorate my childhood nostalgia, but by playing my most favorite JRPG of all time, which is Suikoden 2. And then I just found out from the viewers that Eiyuden Chronicles is coming out, I think 2021 or 2 years from now, and that it was being funded under Kickstarter.
It
So
blew
fans
past
who
its
would lo-
funding goal.
Yeah, I think they got $4 million
Uh-huh.
or more.
They just made a
Who
lot
knows?
of money.
Yeah, so we're all excited for that. Like the successor of, it really deserves a spotlight. It really deserves a spotlight.
And the original staff, at least most of them, are on board. And that's a point that they made in their Kickstarter video, and I'm happy. As someone who I'm pretty late to the Suikoden party because I completely missed out on its initial run way back in the mid to late 90s, but I've started to just discover it recently, and I'm trying to catch up. I'm happy for people who've been following the series since its PS1 days, and the fact that the old team is getting back together to make a new installment, and this time they're making it independently, outside of big studio interference, and they really get to make the game that they want to. Yeah, makes just really fills your heart up with joy, doesn't it?
I know, right? The successor to Suikoden 2. I mean, it's not like a sequel, or it isn't like a
spiritual
reboot.
successor.
Yeah, like
The same way
anything
that-
Suikoden, I'm happy.
The same way that Bloodstained, Igarashi's project, is a spiritual successor to, of course, Castlevania and such. Yeah.
Oh shoot, I never knew that, but that's great. I mean, I didn't even know that Eiyuden Chronicles was coming out. I just played Suikoden 2, and lo and behold, everyone's like, "Are you excited for Eiyuden Chronicles?" Like everyone's telling me the same thing. Like, "What, dude? Get out."
And then bam, you just find out about it.
Yeah, it's like it's really happening. And we just defeated Luca Blight last night, so
I hear that is easily
Really?
one of the highlights of Suikoden 2. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Really? You have to finish the game.
Yeah, I was playing it on PS3 because I got a copy off of PSN for about $1, and then my PS3 died. So I need to
Oh shoot.
figure that out.
Emulator? I guess.
Eventually, we will get to
Yeah.
that. Okay, so you did say that you're a variety streamer. Of course, we've been talking about that, and if we do mention like all the games that you play, we're basically gonna run out of time. But
Yeah.
I would like to know, and I'm really curious about this. What factors help you decide in, determining which games to stream? Is it something more of a, hey, I feel like playing this today, or I think this will get a lot of views, something along those lines?
Okay, that's actually a really good question. And well, when I was on Facebook, I'm gonna be brutally honest. Since
Go
we
ahead.
were in partnership,
Go ahead.
yeah, we were in part. I'm just gonna be transparent about this, but you know, ever since I was on Facebook, we have deliverables, so we really have to hit the numbers. Like we can't help, but I'm still trying to stick true to who I am. Like I didn't yield to Mobile Legends or CODM. I mean, I think it's a great game. I do play Call of Duty, but on PC, it's Warzone and Mobile Legends off stream just for fun, just to kill time, but not something I would stream because like I'm after the story of games. Like there's so many games out there that you can't just miss out by playing one game entirely. So I just decided to I tried to research on the latest things. For example, RE2 or RE3 is coming out. I need to play that because I wanted to showcase it. And it's great because I'm also a big fan of RE, so it's a win-win for me. But sometimes I would have to get out of my way just to play something like, for example, today should be Horror Night because people are looking for Horror Night. So I would have to, push myself to playing a horror game rather than playing an RPG game, which I feel more like playing for today. So I need to make that sacrifice. And well, I understand, but it's a good thing. I still stick to my variety games and I don't go or veer far away from that. So those are one of the major factors. If it's if it's like a new game that I want, like for example, The Last of Us 2, I will play that. And so it's funny because I had to play it in different modes. I started playing my games in the hardest difficulty right off the bat, like everything from RE2, The Last of Us, in grounded mode, Shadow of the Colossus, Outlast 1, 2 DLC, everything. I just played it in those modes. So sometimes I would play the same game in just different modes every time just because people love it, so it gets tiring.
You're getting a lot of replay at least.
I did. I think I replayed Little Nightmares 3 times or 4 times on my stream because it's a big hit. They love playing that, especially when I first started. No, my second time playing it when I was a little bit bigger on Facebook. So yeah, so that's my story, how I choose my game. So there's a little bit of a piece of me there and a piece of what my viewers want to see. Like for example, they want to see God of War, I would play God of War. I mean, I do love the game, but yeah. So there you go.
So you're just
Twitch
basically you're basically trying to strike that balance between something that you have to play and something that you want to play. And
exactly.
You're basically hitting the jackpot if it checks both those boxes, right?
Yeah, agree, 100%.
Okay,
I wish
so
I did.
that does lead me into the next thing I want to ask you. So how do you deal with days when you don't feel like streaming, but you know you have to?
Oh, okay. Another good question. Well, this is the importance of playing the game that you want to play. Because, for example, I'm playing FF9. Like, thank God, I would wake up every morning. I call it like 9 at 9. So it's like Final Fantasy 9 on 9 a.m. in the morning. So I'm playing it at that time, like every day. So I'm excited to wake up early in the morning, make my coffee, my breakfast, and then finally sit down, or no breakfast, no coffee, just be presentable on cam and then start playing FF9. Because I get excited, like I want to know how the story goes, or I just got the ultimate weapon for Zidane, so I want to try it out, put the baby into a test run. So it makes me excited or look forward to in the game. That makes me want to stream, because I can't stream that. I can't play my games without streaming them. If I started it out on stream, they have to follow the story progress, because I feel like I would be like a douche if I played off stream without anyone watching me, because they already followed the story and I'm just gonna cut them off one day because I didn't feel like it. So yeah, so that's like one major reason why you have to play the games that you want to play. But as for me, during my time where I needed to reach the numbers and the deliverables, well, that's where your professionalism comes in, that you have to work, you have to do this, to have to reach this. I think discipline, like even if I don't feel it, my flesh is like sleepy. I have to really push myself, especially during the Christmas season. That was like the worst time. I had outside event hosting. I had my streams, I had brand deals, so I was like working 3 times a day, every day, the entire season. It was such a killer for me. But all was worth it because I was able to buy all this because of the fruits of labor. Because I disciplined myself to get up every day and to make it there on stream and be happy and be energetic as much as possible and enjoy what I do, so my viewers can also enjoy what they're seeing.
Sweet. And as someone, okay, full disclosure, I also work as a host sometimes. I'll also agree that fourth quarter or year-end events are the best.
That's true. Like year-end parties for the win.
In terms of like you wanting to save up for all the tech or equipment that you need. But yeah, yeah, there are times when you really don't feel like doing it, but you know that there are obligations you need to meet. You need to appear professional, and it all comes with the job, basically.
That's true. Yeah, right. It does.
And yeah, moving along. Okay, and here's I'm not quite sure if you'll find this as an interesting question, but hey, let's fire it off anyway. What's a piece of advice that you wish you knew earlier as a streamer? Some info that would have been handy when you were starting out that, you just found out right about now. Ever have those nights where you're like,
trying to look back, I would say like maybe I should have started on Twitch, but no, because Facebook really helped me grow along the way. And it helped me get to where I am and get to buy all these things because of Facebook. So I am like downright thankful at the end of the day. It just feels like I am now filling a bottomless cup. Like you're filling up with water and it's empty at the bottom. No, there's no cover at the bottom to catch it. So you keep filling it and nothing's happening, right? So that's why one of the major reasons why I had to leave and transfer to Twitch. But then again, going back, the advice that I would give myself, I think that I really did my best. I really grinded and I really nurtured my community. I would say that I built a very solid family from my moderators and from my viewers who still watches me up today. So I'm thankful for that. But I guess it would come with money. The money part, I should have saved more. That is like my biggest regret. Like, okay, pull yourself together. It doesn't mean you have money, you should spend it. Like, I could have been wiser with how I handled money, not just buy whatever I want to buy, like 100K worth of skincare products, like stuff like that. Okay, it may or may not be a true story, but it's for you to find out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have bought a car or... Yeah, I did have a car, but then I couldn't bring it here. Long story, but anyways, I could have bought my own car. I did, but it didn't work out so well. So I had to cut it off, and now I'm regretting a lot of things when it comes to finances. I think that's the only thing I can speak for, because I know in my heart that I did my very best to get to where I am today.
Okay. that's quite the story. I'm processing it. I've been listening the entire time.
I know.
And in my head, I'm going like, you know what? I could have told this to myself too, because man, any financial advice would be really handy right about now.
Right? I mean, we could have built a business by now.
It's very relatable. I mean, no matter what your career is, if you tell anyone or if anyone realizes like, you know what, maybe when I was younger, I could have put away more money in my savings account, that interest could have grown, I would be in a better place financially right now, especially in this economy.
True.
But hey,
true.
Never too late, of course, change our habits, try our best, I agree. I wouldn't say, scrape on by or get by, but we're doing our best to make ends meet, especially with the way things are right now. Hopefully they do get better, and that's something worth looking forward to. And speaking of which, what's the most fulfilling part of course, doing what you do? Maybe not just streaming, but your entire repertoire of jobs, activities, hobbies, and such. But let's focus on streaming because that's what that's what we got you on for in the first place.
Yeah.
But hey, don't
So-
don't be afraid to branch out from that.
Okay, but wait. The question is about what is like the most fulfilling part
Yeah.
of what I do.
Yes.
For streaming, I would say that I get to do what I love to do the most, which is gaming and hosting. I love talking to people. I love communicating with them. I love using my voice. And I don't know, it's just fun. I feel like it's an innate or like a God-given gift. And I think on top of everything, it's me connecting and interacting with people. I get to talk to them. I get to be friends with them. And sometimes it's not me keeping them company, but I feel like them keeping me company. And there are a lot of depressed and people undergoing or experiencing anxiety. They would sometimes PM me and talk about their personal stuff, like deep stuff, man. Deep stuff. And it's so hard to turn a blind eye. I mean, I feel like one of the main reasons why we're given the platform or the voice is to speak out for those people who can't, is to entertain those who doesn't have anything. Like for example, I know a lot of viewers who doesn't have their own consoles or doesn't have this because they don't have the money for it. They don't have the budget. And it's my privilege and honor to be able to play the games that they were never able to. For example, they didn't have budget to buy RE2 Remake or RE3 Remake because it's too expensive. It would cost you 3,000 pesos for one game on PlayStation.
RE3
So
remake,
sometimes-
especially during lockdown,
It
is a tough decision.
yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? So
Yes.
it's like them. Sometimes they would go like, "Oh, thank you so much for playing this because I don't have the money for this." So they just decide to go online. At least it's somewhat free. I mean, except the internet and the data usage. But there's like free stuff on Globe, so they can enjoy a little bit of their time just to sit down and watch my stream and finish the story with me. So that's, I think, one of the most fulfilling part is to be able to give to those who are with none.
That's cool. And of course, you basically here's the thing, and this is an ongoing thing that I keep on telling every single streamer who guests on this show. All right, I believe that streaming.
Oh my god.
I saw
Oh my
that.
god, my light's closed.
This is the first
my
time.
light doesn't agree with me.
Okay, this is the first time this has happened on the show, so there's a first time for everything.
This
But
is
yeah.
recorded, right?
Yep.
So, can I just turn on the light? I feel like we should put that in. That was gonna be so funny. That's gonna be so funny.
That's gonna be on the outtake. That's gonna be like a bonus end credits thing.
Please send me a copy.
Definitely.
It doesn't agree with me. It's like saying, nah, don't BS me right now.
But yeah, something
I'm not, though.
something that I do firmly believe in with regards to streaming, and something that I always tell every streamer who's been on this show, as a guest, that streaming is the modern equivalent of being in your parents' living room playing, and then your friends are right behind you, hanging out with you and talking with you, right? Even if it's a single player game, they are still part of the experience because, of course, backseat gaming, and it's just that shared experience of being able to, not really directly control a game, but for everyone else, just experience the story or how it plays.
So basically, streaming is like emulating you just playing in the living room and your brothers or sisters or family just watching from behind. Yeah, your classmates, your neighbors. I have to agree because that was like one of my reasons why I streamed in the first place too. I wanted to emulate that feel. Like we're just chilling, like a villain, them trying to watch me play scary games because they never could. So I would play it for them and they would just love it when I scream.
All right. I think, wait, that is like the channel trailer that you have on Twitch, which is a Scream compilation or something.
Oh my god, you watched it!
I did not click on it because I went straight to the most recent Suikoden 2 stream just to check that one out.
Okay,
But
just to
anyway.
give you a refresher.
But yeah.
You should watch it!
I will. Once we're done with this. But yeah.
Not for the faint-hearted, though.
Streaming is the modern equivalent of hanging out with your friends, and this is something that I used to do. Either my classmates would come to my house, or I go to my classmate's house. And considering that we can't really physically interact with a lot of people right now, this is the next best thing that we have, right?
Yes. True. It's like you can still connect with other people's. I mean, back in the day, our parents would say, "You keep playing games. Why do you keep playing games? What about your school? What about this? Have you done your assignment? You're not washing the dishes, blah blah blah." But now, okay, you know what? Streaming gives you a career, makes a lot of money. Like go and stream, go and play your games. Like it's good now. It's very different. It's a very different generation compared to where I first started.
Yes, I would, I love you, Mom, Dad. I remember the time when you tell me that, Anak, you're always on that. The electric bill will go high.
Mom, there's no pause button.
But yeah, moving along, and let's try to flip the script on this one. All right,
Okay.
Of course, because we both stream and we watch other people stream too. From the perspective of a viewer, what makes a streamer entertaining in your opinion?
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people have their own personal preference.
Mhm.
Some people would watch others for skill because they want to learn from them, or they would just watch for the laughs. It may be silly or nonsense, but it's their type of entertainment. So it's really a personal perspective, and I guess it's very subjective as well. So, but this is just my personal opinion. For me, I I guess I'm being biased, but I
No
love
problem.
those
No judgment here.
I love those who talk very well. I love those who are very pleasing to sound. I mean, I guess you are one of the people. If I ever see you stream,
Thank you.
I would be amazed with the way you speak, and I actually try to learn from you guys with those who are like ahead of me. So I try to watch their streams, try to get some tips, my own tips from you guys, and it's just pleasing to hear that. I think this is one of the main reasons why I love Pokimane so much. She's so effortlessly entertaining. She has this very sweet and pleasant voice to listen to. Even though if I close my eyes, I feel like it's very relaxing to hear. So I'm looking for someone like that, or maybe someone playing classic games, because I can relate to that. I'm not all too hardcore laughs. Like, as long as you speak well, it's like music to my ears. I don't know, it's weird. I mean, people would just go for the laughs, but I'm just a weird person.
This is a judgment-free zone. And that is still
Okay.
a very valid opinion. It makes a lot of sense that you want to tune into people who are rather eloquent, articulate,
Yeah,
can get their points
and
across pretty
classy.
easily.
Yes, and classy and sophisticated.
So, yeah, those are your criteria for an entertaining streamer, or someone that you would definitely actively tune into.
Yeah, and I mean, I have no problem with the rowdy ones. I mean, I would still laugh, like it's funny. I mean, I'm easy to please, but it's just that I really like people with a lot of substance, like if they make their own art, for example. I'm not the mainstream kind of person. I just go against the flow with the games. Like, for example, Among Us is the totally new game today.
Yeah, it's blowing
I'm not
up.
like
It's
getting
blowing up.
Yeah, I'm not getting into it just because it's the hype. I mean, I don't really like the game. I don't like deceiving and lying to people in general, so I just don't like the game, and I would rather play a quiet and peaceful JRPG game. And I'm weird in that way because I always go against the flow, and people would go for the medyo trash talky. I mean, I have nothing against those people. I mean, I have a lot of friends who does that. It's sometimes funny, but it's just that I would for example, in the cosplay community, I would go for people who are underrated, but they can deliver very well when it comes to the accuracy of the costumes, the love they put into it, the knowledge they have for the lore, the how they brand themselves, like they're market ready or brand ready. So it's something a lot to learn from. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
Cool.
Substance, the substance.
All right. still very valid opinions, and to our viewers, maybe you might share the same views as Aya right here. You might have completely different criteria. It doesn't matter as long as you watch what makes you happy, right? That's
true.
That's what we're all about here on Bonus Stage. Play what makes you happy, watch who or what makes you happy. And moving along, and this time, yes, another turn of the page or flipping of the script, but this is I would say something that comes with the territory. How do you deal with negativity? Like, creepy comments, maybe some toxicity on stream chat? Or are you that type of lucky streamer that just gets nothing but positivity on your stream chat?
Ban them!
That's
So
a very
much
straightforward way of doing it, of course. And you've got mods, right?
Yeah, I have mods. Well, to be honest, you're not entirely wrong with what you said, that I mostly get positive comments. I guess I'm this positive person. They know me, they know my character. I'm not into any issues or drama unless you really need to speak up on something because it might ruin or maybe personally harmful for you. I think that's the only time where I need to speak up. But as much as possible, I stay out of the drama. I stayed out of toxicity, and people knows that. Sometimes I would just say that I'm feeling down today. I'm feeling discouraged, so I won't be able to stream this week, and they would just understand. They won't even ask, because they respect my side of the story. Like, they're not gonna prod and just try to make chismes, because they know and respect me that well. And so as for toxicity, well, if I see any rude commenters, like very rude commenters, I would just ban them instantly, have them banned from the stream. Sometimes I'm not perfectly clean. Sometimes I would call them out or address them, because I'm only human and I get ticked off, and I regret some of my actions in the past, that I may have been too harsh to some people, and I'm really sorry. If ever that's you and you're watching this, know that I'm sorry. But if you deserve it, well, then take it as a correction. So, but I'm trying to be gentle to my viewers as much as possible, and again, that is why there's the ban button. Like, no questions asked, no discussions, just ban them, boom, over.
You wield the ban hammer, and you wield it well.
Yes, I do. It's like Thor's hammer, so it's pretty powerful.
And with that, we're down to our last question, and normally I would ask people what their top 5 desert island games are. Like, if you're stuck on a desert island, maybe you might have internet, maybe you might not. What 5 games would you bring with you? But I'm gonna change it up, because for this one, let's make it appropriate for the season. What are your top 5 scary games?
Oh my god, okay, this is a hard one. I would have to say, though, top 1 to 5, bottom to highest, or highest to lowest.
In any particular order. You can just say that they're your 5 favorite games without,
Okay.
organizing them.
Well, okay, so since we're gonna put, I want to just speak out. The scariest game for me so far is Visage. I thought it was Home Sweet Home or Remothered, but oh my god, maybe I'm gonna put them in categories. Best as scariest, like freaking scary that it would haunt you in your sleep. Scary, that kind of game. Visage. Okay. Definitely. It's very difficult as well to play, because there's no timeline or directions where to go next. It's up to you how to figure out. Like, for example, there's a locked door, so naturally you would go for keys, but where do you find the keys?
Yep.
You would find it in a jacket. Where do you find a jacket? In this room, that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's very difficult, but it's at the same time, it's really scary. Number 2, I guess this would go for best direction, best cinematography, best plot twist. Until Dawn. It's made so well.
I love that. I love Until Dawn so much.
Dude, like, the way they made it, the developers, how they just created everything, it feels like you're watching a movie, and you get to decide what happens to the characters. So you can kill all of them if you feel like it.
Yeah.
Or you can just save all of them, or save one of them. So yeah, that would have to, I'm gonna award that to Until Dawn. And then the next one, psychological horror remothered, Tormented Souls. Tormented Fathers. You know that game? It's an indie game, but the it's like a psych game. Like, oh, what's really happening? You thought that it's something supernatural, but then it's something going on in your head all this time. So, yeah, remothered, Tormented Fathers. Number 4, I think best horror survival game that's really scary would have to give that to the Evil Within. Evil Within FPS shooter game. Oh no, sorry, it's third person.
Yep.
Yeah, third person, but they just recently released the FPS on Steam. I haven't tried that out. Can't wait to try it though. So I would say that it's mind-boggling. There's puzzles, there's guns. It's not run, hide, or die. You can actually fight back, and the monsters are so creepy, like that. Like Sadako on steroids. I forgot the name of the monster, but yeah, it embodies, I think, one of the person in his life in the past with the main character. So the story is also really good. So I would have to give it to that. But best zombie game. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so rambling right now. I'm sorry, I'm talkative. I'm just really passionate.
Keep going.
The best zombie.
Excellent.
Okay, we have to give a spotlight for this one. Best zombie survival. Zombie or post-apocalyptic game would. It's so hard to choose between Days Gone and The Last of Us. I think it would have to be both.
Okay.
Because Days Gone,
I'll give you a bit of leeway on that. Okay.
Yeah, because Days Gone, I love the game mechanics and how it's an open world, and there's so many things you can do. You can ally up with different factions. You can build their trust. You can kill hordes. I was a horde killer. I was trying to go 100% with that. It was so much fun. It's about brotherhood. It doesn't focus on finding the cure like any other zombie apocalypse. So it's pretty different. It veers towards brotherhood, like your ride or die. So that's why I love it. And for The Last of Us, it also focuses on father and daughter. What do you call this? Father and daughter
Paternal love.
exchange. Yeah, eternal love.
Paternal.
Like paternal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
paternal.
paternal love. So, and it talked about revenge, especially with The Last of Us 2. So I might be spoiling you guys, but it's nice how there were a lot of redeeming qualities, especially when it came to Ellie, because she was so brutal, and she was so heartless, cold-hearted. Very vicious. But then she finally found in her heart to forgive Abby. So yeah, so I think 2 of the best zombie apocalypse game ever made.
So there you go. We're pretty much at the tail end of this interview. But yes, before we let you go, and this is also pretty important for everyone who's just gotten to know you right now, where else, or actually not just where else, but where can we find you on the internet?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. I thought you'd never ask.
My pleasure.
I'm just kidding. I'm just pulling your leg. But yeah, so if you want to catch my retro games or even the current games, I play any game under the sun. God of War, The Last of Us, you've heard it. You've heard all of it. So it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on twitch.tv/EZMARIA. If you want to see any updates on what I'm doing with my life outside streaming, or want to see my cosplay photos or updates and very important announcements that you can look forward to, please do follow me on facebook.com/IEZMARIA, and also on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I am at IEZMARIA everywhere.
Hey, consistency. You've got that brand name locked down. And it's hard to do these days because you might not know it, but maybe you want to start an account somewhere like a TikTok or maybe on Twitter, and someone's got your name already, so you got to do something like add an underscore or add a couple numbers to it. Yes.
My name is pretty unique, so no one has ever gotten my name.
That's great. And of course, we're at the tail end of the episode. Of course, this has been Bonus Stage Plus. Find us on the internet. We are at 995PlayFM on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're also on YouTube with a slightly different channel name, but if you search for us, nonetheless, you'll find us. It's mostly, of course, uploads of Bonus Stage Plus and Play It Live. It's a good time. Tell your friends about it. And as for yours truly, if you want to find me, and trust me, it'll be fun, it's _Burns, a comical expression of pain, on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. This has been Bonus Stage Plus. As always, do stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, and be kind. We'll see you next time.